remember the very first time covered in salt and scales, fish scales, and I didn't even know what a fish scale was, but they were all. I knew what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. I wanted to fish.
Think anything will. Good morning, Jeff. How are you today?
So, man, I am doing well. Thank you for having me. What a great intro right there, man. That's amazing stuff.
Yeah, that's from the History of Sport Fishing, the new docuseries by Michael Fulks, and it's pretty spectacular. I was lucky enough to get a little piece in that show, and yeah, what a great way to start the show, right?
Oh, man, awesome. Just brought back great memories for me and my dad. A lot of this stuff, the whole reason Cedros Island even started was me and my dad. So, like, that was super touching and, like, unbelievable entry. Unbelievable. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So today, guys, we have Jeff from Casa de Cedros, which is a cool operation down there at Cedros, and it's very intimate, which I love, and we're going to talk all about it today. But first of all, I want you to get into what got you into fishing, because somebody had it. We always start the shows off this way with our special guest, and you're being one of the special guests. How did you get into fishing when you were little?
Awesome. Yeah, it's a great tale. Love to tell it. Started with my grandfather, man, on my mom's side, and Lake Isabella, believe it or not, man, bluegill fishing. You know what I mean? And hanging out up there. That's where it all started when I was 6. So long freshwater career, and then took a little break. As I started becoming a teen, and then as I got a little older, started fishing with my buddies right there. I grew up in San Pedro. And so we started fishing off our surfboards. I started joining those guys, throwing the Worm Kings off our surfboards and everything, and then graduated to a kayak for a little bit. And then I ended up buying a Coleman canoe, and I started fishing Cabrillo Beach. My dad and we launched at Cabrillo Beach, and we would fish right there in the kelp, because it's, there's never waves, and the kelp line starts basically 15 feet off the shore right there. So that's kind of the roots of it. Back in the day, growing up in San Pedro, fishing Lake Isabella, and then evolving into the kelp. And then I bought my first boat, started going to Catalina, and doing all that. Never long range for me. Overnight at the longest. I enjoy like sleeping in my bed at night, I guess. So I was never the long range guy. And then the Cedros, how it evolved to Cedros is my father and I, we were planning a trip on the First String. I think a lot of people know that boat out of LA Harbor Sport Fishing right there. And it was back in the day when you go to Guadalupe. So it was going to be a Guadalupe Cedros trip. Back then, my dad we had been battling prostate cancer with him for, I think it was like, we were at the 14-year mark right there, 14 or 15-year mark. So our trip was planned for the following year, and man, it just was God's will, like that. It was his health started fading, and we never made that trip. He ended up passing away in 2008, and I just, I've always wanted to go, but I didn't want to be on a boat that long. It was going to be, a 5-day boat ride or whatever, fishing both islands. And then one day I was at one of the shows and saw the fly-in opportunity to go to Cedros. And so actually booked myself and my neighbor went, and we flew on one of the charters that are down there, down there still today. And that's how my first episode at Cedros occurred. As soon as my feet hit the ground over there, I knew like this was a very, very special spot for me. And I'm kind of all in down there for sure, with my business and with the town, and I own 5 properties and everything. So yeah, that's kind of the history of it all, like you said, fishing with our folks, our dads, especially. I mean, it just, the memories every day that I go to that island, I think about him. He never got to go. He would have loved the house that I've built. He would love the little business that we've got established already. And just how we do it more of I really, the whole thing is kind of based on like him. He always showed me like how to be hospitable and nice to people. And here's how you host, and hey, you go on these boats. It doesn't matter if you catch or not. Look how hard the man's working. Like, you must tip and all that. he gave me good ethics, you know, and I developed this place based on everything that him and my mom taught me. And I think that's why we're growing the way we are, very organic growth, but we have all the right people that like that sort of, you know, kind of more home style feel versus, you know, I hate to say it, but a cattle call kind of, you know. So yeah, that's the roots of me, Dave, honestly.
Yeah.
And
Well, you jumped right into Cedros, but let's go back a little bit for just a few more minutes here.
sure.
The memories that you had growing up as a child, the fishing thing, would you tell our viewers that it is more important now than ever to take a kid fishing?
Yeah, and you know, it's amazing the kids that like never get the opportunity, but then all of a sudden you mention fishing, like, oh, you know, and so you just never know who's going to light up and want to join our sport. It's super important. As my daughter was growing up here in Temecula, we used to, you know, there was a lake, community lake in the middle of our little place here, and so all the houses, and then there's the play structure for all the kids right near the lake. So I would go to this lake that they had stocked with fish, and I would cut up hot dogs and just chum the place, 15, 20 scoops, you know, and then we would go play in the park for a half hour. And then I would take her back and bait her up, and she would get bit, and the kids walking by, I mean, I had the whole place fishing, you know, and that's the most important thing is like kids want to go do it, but you gotta get them bit too, you know. So that's what makes them even more. And then when one gets bit, then next one wants to try it, you know. So the only way to keep our sport going is to make sure we bring people in and do everything we can to help those that, you know, you never know who's going to be the one that's going to be, oh my God, I want to go, you know, and be on the boat with you. So my daughter, I never forced her to do it, and she super enjoyed it when she was young. Cedros kind of did her wrong. There's, you know, such big fish there and biting fish, and she was super young and hooked a couple big yellows, and she just got interested in other things, driving the Jeep and things like that. But no, introducing new kids, you know, I hate to bring up the island again, but man, I have kids tournaments. We have a kids fishing clinic on the island. Like I try to, you know, give away fishing rods to all of them, and anything that we can do to get people interested in fishing. Doesn't matter where you're at. You gotta try to do it, you know.
Right. Well, that's what we're trying to promote on this channel is they're trying to right now, America is on a mission to stop America from fishing, Jeff. That they're just, Frank Lopresti talks about it. Michael talks about it on the history of sport fishing. And we talk about it here every day on this channel. There is a entity out there that believes that we should observe nature and not participate in nature. And that is the farthest thing from the truth, because when you and I were little, we own the disease. We're not going to get rid of the disease. It's ours, but we own this disease called fishing.
Yep.
And we're going to do it no matter what. But if you can turn a child onto it, it is so fulfilling, and that experience will last a lifetime, like it did with 100%. Me and you. So when you think about it, you got to take kids fishing. It's just so important.
Yeah.
Right.
Doesn't matter where you're at, where you travel, you can always inspire somebody. You're on a fishing trip. If you hand a jig to some little kid or whatever, like that gets them interested, you know, give them line or whatever, like they're going to go down to the water and, you know, spend more time near the water. So yeah, it's really a shame. I agree with you 100%. I don't know why, you know, a lot of the politicians are out to close fishing, close hunting. They think, you know, potentially that we impact everything. Well, I'll just mention one thing that has a huge impact, especially in this state, and that is that big, crazy black bird. Call it a raven, call it a crow, call it whatever you want. Those things are killers. They are destroying the bird populations. They eat everything. You know, I watch them eat rabbits and stuff in my backyard. The baby birds, they destroy the nest. You know what I mean? No bird can have a nest. You know, they should worry about that a lot more than, you know, what a fisherman does. We bring billions of dollars to just our own state. Like, imagine the bigger states, Florida, North Carolina, Louisiana, Texas, all these, where they have thousands and thousands and thousands of fishermen and hunters. the revenues is insane. All the jobs and everything else. It's yeah, it's super unfortunate. Even all the pressure they put on the sport boats all the time.
It doesn't make any sense, and I'm just here to try to help keep kids fishing. It's the most important thing. And little girls, you got to take them too. Don't just take the little boys. Like Lisa Swan will tell you, little girls are way into this, maybe even more than little boys. So don't leave the little girls out.
100%. They all want to do it. At my kids clinics that we do on the island, we always make sure it's like a 50-50 split. If there's, you know, girls signing up, little ones that want in, I've gotten great photos from a lot of the little girls, like that go to like maybe Natividad with their family or over to the mainland somewhere, the peninsula, and are joining family tournaments and other things that, you know, little town tournaments and winning the tournament based on, you know, fishing from shore or whatever with the fishing rod and lures and stuff that they get in our kids clinics. That stuff's exciting. It's super rewarding. I mean, that's what a lot of people, you know, may not know about it. When you help someone else, no matter what it may be, fishing or whatever, it's super rewarding. And I've brought that to the island a lot because, Mexico, they're not too much givers to each other. You know what I mean? Like, so it's nice to like try to bring that to them and let them feel what it's like to help others. You know, I know for my very close friend, I call him my brother Christian, like, it's amazing watching him, man. That guy, he just lights up when all the kids are around, like, because it's just so fun to do that, you know? So yeah, everyone should try it. Like even, you know, just once, man, take someone fishing, take them to a local park, go, you know, and use the hot dog trick. I mean, the most important thing is to get them bit. You know what I mean? The hot dog trick works really well. Like they don't care what they catch. If you go down to any pier and you throw cat food in the water, my goodness, you'll have every opal eye, every smelt, anything in that area right there around there, and they're gonna bite. You know, tie on a sabiki, like I do that. You know what I mean? Tie on the little sabikis. Like every little fish loves to bite a sabiki, and that's how you really get a kid inspired. You know, taking them fishing is one thing, but getting them bit so that they really get hooked. It's like gambling. You know what I mean? Once you win that first bet, man, you just want to keep going. Fishing's kind of the same. You feel that tug and you're like, oh my God, what is that? You know, like it just brings you back, you know, every time.
Oh, absolutely. The whole thing is to get bit, and it doesn't matter what it is, gang. If you got to remember, it's up to you to make it exciting. And if you say, oh gosh, another mackerel, darn it, let's see if we can get something better. No, it's the greatest mackerel in the world, or it's the greatest smallmouth bass, or the greatest largemouth, or the greatest bluegill, whatever it is. If you make it negative, then it's going to be negative.
Right. Yeah, it really doesn't matter. Those little catfish they stock in the ponds, those things are aggressive. You know, they love to bite, and you know, any stinky bait to get the kids bit, like that's really the key. To hear them yelling as the fish is pulling back, there's no better sound. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, it's the greatest. It is absolutely insane. Let's talk a little bit about Mexico right now, because you're living in Mexico. I live in Mexico. There's so many cool things. Besides, you got a business down on the island. Just the fact that they want you to believe that you're going to get your head cut off or put in Nevada acid if you go to Mexico. Oh my goodness.
Could you imagine? Be hanging from a bridge with a sign? Yeah.
Could you imagine if that was true? Oh my gosh. Kelly and I would be done. We've been here full time since 2018.
I know. It's I try to tell everyone, you know what I mean? Like act as if you're at home. You know what I mean? Like it's a very beautiful. Baja alone is just gorgeous. You know, top to bottom, man. Everywhere is gorgeous. There is some beautiful spots, even in Tijuana. I'm right here in Rosarito. You know, Ensenada is gorgeous. Like the whole Baja Peninsula is fantastic. It is a shame, you know, what we see on TV. I try to tell everyone, come down, show respect like you should, and you're going to have a wonderful time. The people in Mexico, I think, are great. I've been to where my fiance lives over there in Fresnillo and Zacatecas area, which is, you know, I had friends telling me, don't go. They're going to kill you when you get off the plane. You know what I mean? Like, I had the most fantastic time. It's a very religious area over there. Lots of beautiful, beautiful churches. And no, it's Mexico is gorgeous. Everyone should get your passport and come on down. Show respect and come on down and have a great time, because it is beautiful, man. Doesn't matter where you go. Get on a plane right there out of CBX. You don't need to pay $700 from San Diego. Look up flights right there, Valeris or Aeromexico, something like that from the CBX. It is a fantastic way to travel. You can travel all through the Baja area, all the mainland Mexico, everywhere. Get a nice, way cheaper flight right there. Super simple, and come on down and have a great time. It doesn't matter where you go. Like, there's some really, really nice spots. It's a shame, you know, even our local news, you put on the local news, all they talk about is bad stuff. They never talk about anything good, you know? And so I try to preach it. There's just so much to see and do, and everyone could have a really great time in Mexico.
Speaking of the CBX, isn't that an incredible airport? It is so spectacular. You don't even know that you're in Mexico. You walk over this bridge, which is enclosed, so you don't even know you're going over a bridge. It's just, you go over this thing, but you don't even know you're going over it. Everything's clean. Everybody in the building wants to help you. Everybody wants to help. And then all of a sudden you're like sitting at your gate and you're like, wait, what? We're in Mexico? Yeah, you don't even know.
You see the Starbucks. There's every restaurant in the world right there. It's great food too. Great food, reasonable. It's not, you know, incredibly, you know, airport prices. I don't think. I think it's a great experience that everyone should try. And then coming home is where you really benefit from all this, because the lines are very short. There's great signage, shows you right where to do. All the construction's done now, so it's just a huge sign, CBX, like you can't miss it. You know what I mean? It's right there in the baggage claim. It's just a great experience, and it really will change everyone's experience. You know, when you have to wait in a long line when you're crossing the border, that takes away from all the fun you just had. You know what I mean? So that CBX is a really great option for people that should look into. Look at that.
Yeah, there's a beautiful halibut.
It's a great halibut right there.
That is spectacular. The thing I try to explain to everybody, because they always ask me about that CBX, and it's, if you haven't been in the last 7 or 8 years, you have not been, because it is totally different today than it was 7, 8 years ago when I was going in the very beginning all the time, and you had to go in the underground and fill out your tourist visa and all that. Now it's just, it's so clean. And if they ran the customs in the United States like they run them down there, it would be such an easy transition to get into this, to get in off the airplane in any other country. I'm just blown away. I just love it.
Yeah, it's a great way to travel, and it's super simple. It's very organized. I mean, most people think, oh, Mexico unorganized. No, man, it's very, very organized. Signage is great. I think your bags come off the plane super fast. You know what I mean? And then you just turn and you just start walking, and there's a Starbucks on this side and a Starbucks on the other side. I mean, it's like everyone, you know,
right when you walk
feel at home, like it's pretty funny. You're like, wait a minute, there's that, I can't remember the name, Wetzel Pretzel or something. I'm like,
yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Like Starbucks,
right where you rent your car.
Hertz, yeah, you need to rent a car. It's right there. Like, you know, it just feels like you just landed at Phoenix Airport, or, you know, Tucson or Las Vegas. Like, you just, you know, there's no slot machines, but everything else.
Oh, it's amazing how easy
it is. Amazing. It's a great way to travel.
Away. Don't take our word for it. Try to try it once. You'll be blown away at how spectacular it is. Real quick, I got my buddy Todd and John doing some stuff here for hold on a second, right here.
Hey guys, John with McCarty Yacht Group and Captain Todd here with McCarty Yacht Group and Manson Marine. Guys, look at this absolute beautiful weather. What do you think, John? What a year we've had, huh?
Unbelievable weather right now. It's been a great year. Fishing is going off right now. Boat sales, there's plenty of great boats right now and great deals to be had. it's time to give us a call, guys. Don't miss out on this. It's awesome right now.
Absolutely correct, guys. The striped marlin have been biting. The bluefin are still biting. We've got incredible weather. There are some great deals, guys. Things are starting to look really good. If you guys are interested in buying or selling, give us a call at McCarty Yacht Group. With the years of experience we've had working on boats, we'll make sure that you guys get the greatest deal possible. So give us a call either at 949-547-7748 at my cell phone, or John, how do they get a hold of you?
714 area code 267-7364. And when you call and ask for Todd, hey, let him tell you a little bit about this last marlin tournament and some of that fishing dope he passed along. It was really good.
Yeah, they had some really good fishing, guys. So we look forward to hearing from you guys. You all want to be a part of this. I know you do. So if you don't already own a boat, make sure you give us a call. And guys, have a great day.
Manzer Marine and McCarty Yacht Sales stepping up, always there for your saltwater guide. Check out the QR code at the bottom of the screen there and give John or Todd a call, and they'll take care of you and get you the boat of your dreams or help you sell your boat. So let's go, Jeff. Now we're at CBX. We're getting on the plane and we're going to Cedros Island. It's so magical there, right?
Oh man, yeah. And you know, with our tour, the way it goes, we meet at 6:45 in the morning, right there in the Otay Mesa side. We cross at 7, and we're boarding our charter and airborne by 8 a.m. I like to get down there early because I want to fish that first day, you know. So with that CBX, it makes it super simple. Once you come out on the other side, I have a van waiting for us, takes us over to the General Aviation Building because that's where the private charters leave from. It's all within the airport, but it just makes it simple to use the van. It takes them, 10 minutes to take us over there. And then our pilot's always waiting for us. He escorts us to the plane. They load our bags. We load our rods. So you never have to worry, about damage to your rods. You're going to end up being the one that does it to it. And that's it, man. About an hour and 30-minute flight, hour and 35 some days. And we land straight on the island. I mean, it's just really, it's really, really nice.
So let's talk about this CBX and a little bit more in depth. You went over it kind of quickly, but I think it's easier than you can even imagine. People out there that are listening can't even imagine. It is so easy, right? First of all, we're scared. We're going into a foreign country. But remember, before this, we talked to you about that. It's nothing to be afraid of. And then you're right there with them, or somebody in your group is right there with them the whole entire time, right?
Yeah, if I'm not escorting them, there's someone that's already been through this process that's on that trip that's going to be doing it for us and walking you guys across. If it's a brand new group and they've never done it and they're apprehensive of it, then no problem. I'll buy myself my own CBX pass and I will escort them straight to the plane. And then I just walk myself back and take a taxi over to the border. And then I use my Century card and I walk back across. And it's very, very simple. That's the way I've been handling it the past couple seasons if I'm not actually on the trip fishing with everybody. But yeah, it's, what we mentioned in the beginning, keep your head up, say hello to people. Everyone wants to help you, as you mentioned. Everyone in that airport wants to help you. There's nothing to be afraid of unless you're doing something wrong. And if you're doing something wrong, well, you shouldn't be there. Don't go there to do something wrong. Like, we don't know if we'll ever get you out. You know what I mean? So it's not like America. You know what I mean? It's very much different. Like, go down and do the right thing and you're going to have a great time. And like I said, keep your head up. And if you have any questions, don't walk one step further before you go ask someone for help. You know what I mean? Because they'll escort you straight to the elevator. They'll escort you straight to where you fill out your FMM form if you didn't do that online prior, which is something very important that we can mention. There's a nice website you can go to so you can have all your paperwork done in advance. Makes it super, super easy. That's another great thing to do, so you don't have to spend any time right there.
No more FMMs.
They stopped it?
Yep. Unless you're going to be there longer than 7 days, and I don't see anything longer than 7 days on your thing.
Awesome. No, very rare.
When you walk into CBX and the computers are right there?
Yep.
They're all gone.
Yes.
They're all gone. And when you get upstairs, right when you go through immigration upstairs, they ask you how long are
many
you going
days?
to be here? And you
Yep.
say 7 days, and they go right here. Don't worry about it. You just all they ask, Jeff, is that you can prove that you're going home. And with you guys have a trip scheduled to go home, so you
Yep.
just show them your trip going home, and you're set. You're done.
Yeah,
You don't have any of that crap anymore.
Nope. We all have the flight plan for our private charter, and so that just shows, wow, that's incredible. That
It
is
is.
great. That saves me a lot of paperwork.
Oh my gosh. The first time I went, it's been like that for like 6 months, but the first time I came home or went to California, I came back down and I was like, wait, what? The computers are all gone. She goes, you don't have to do that anymore. I'm like, what?
Yes.
You don't have to
Oh,
do
that's
that
great.
anymore? How cool is that?
Yeah, no, that's super, super great news. Like I said, that saves me a lot of paperwork, so that makes me very happy. That's
Oh
awesome.
yeah, you'll be blown away when you go down this year or when you start
One
next
less
year.
step now. You know what I mean? It doesn't cost anything. They were free. It's just like, I had to ask everyone for their passport, their home address and everything, and then I, spend the time to fill it out, because instead of sending someone to the website like I used to do, that doesn't work out as good. I'm efficient at filling them out, but oh man, that's awesome. That's great news.
So while we're talking here, we're gonna show the lodge, the home lodge,
Yes.
whatever you want to call it, and we're gonna talk about
House.
this because Jeff has done. This is his place. This is where you're gonna stay. Look at this place. It's just incredible. It's
So
Mexico.
yeah, I can explain it. Like, yeah, that's the main kitchen. So I built a 7-bedroom, 5-bath house so that everyone that comes down has their own bedroom for comfort. I thought that was super important. I built a couple, like some couples rooms where there's a queen size bed and then an in-suite restroom. So, like when you come down with Kelly, you'll have your own room and own bathroom. But the most important thing, like there's ACs in all the bedrooms. There's a ceiling fan, a nice dresser, pillow top mattress. All the bedding is from up here in America, so it's just super, super comfortable. I have 2 big water heaters and a big pump, so I have very good water pressure at the house. All the showers can be on at once, and you still have water pressure as you have here in America, which that's the, really makes the day great. I mean, water on the island is definitely a commodity, and we only get water once a week to my house, but I have 3 big tanks. I always have enough for the trip, but I tell people, obviously conserve where you can. Don't go, park in there. If you need to, go to the jacuzzi, well, let me know and I'll go find one for you. But, just get in there, take your shower, nice hot shower, lots of water pressure. I have a whole house filter system on the house, so you don't have to worry about the water at all. I've been brushing my teeth and making rice and coffee with the water for 6-7 years now. So it's a very solid system. We've had no issues. I tell everyone the same thing. All my restrooms, I plumbed all the restrooms just similar to what we're used to up here in America. Like you flush your paper, you know what I mean? Like just all for comfort. Like that's the main thing for me is comfort. I take this very serious. Like you're literally coming to my personal house. So everyone is a guest at my house and you're on vacation with me. And that's how it is. It's very, very different than any other tour you've signed up for because it's so, so personalized. Again, that's why the website's kind of, vague. I want us to talk because I literally am planning, your stay with me completely customized. I want to know what you eat, things that you don't like, how you want to fish so that I could pair you up with people so you fish the same, because that's super important throughout the day. If you want to be a bait guy, but I put you on a boat with, everyone that wants to throw jigs all day, those it doesn't mix, so it really helps to like talk to everyone. Like I said, I take this very serious. You're coming on a vacation with me and my crew at our house, you know what I mean? And they all are so invested in this thing with me that it's such a different feel. It's just so home-like and custom. I mean, that's the best way to put it, custom,
There's so much to see at this place called Cedros.
Yes.
And if you look at the island on a map, the little area that has people in it is very, very tiny. It's like Avalon almost. And then
100%.
It goes out from there to all these
to nothing.
There's processed things that are just
It's unreal. So to give everyone a perspective, the island is the same length as Catalina and San Clemente, about 21 miles long. It's 11 miles wide, however. So it's more than twice as wide as Catalina or Clemente. There's two 4,000-foot peaks on this island. So it's 134 square miles of dirt. So you would have to put Catalina and all the dirt from Clemente together, and you're going to need to add Santa Barbara Island because you still wouldn't have all the dirt that's down there. This place is huge. It's set up just like Catalina, where the main town is just like where Avalon's positioned on Catalina. And then there's a salt factory on the island. They ship salt all around the world. That is positioned kind of where the rock quarry would be on Catalina. So it's on the far south end of the island right there. There's about 1,500 people that work at that salt factory. It goes at like 360 days a year, pretty much. It rarely stops. And then there's about 1,500 to 2,000 people right there in the little fishing village that we call El Pueblo. So that's the population, about 3,000 pretty much on the island. There's some fishing villages. There's only one dirt road that drives to the far, like southwest corner, that would be, of the island, where there's a couple fishing villages over there. And there's like a 10-mile long beach that I've explored immensely in my Jeep. You've nailed it on the head a few times. Cedros is such a great spot. There's so much more there than just the fishing and the exploring over there. There's a species of deer over there that are running around. We see them on the beach from time to time. You see them over on the backside of the island often if you're over there driving around. So that's kind of, nice. And the beach combing on Cedros, man, it is fantastic. I mean, our beaches here in America, like, we literally comb them. You know what I mean? People don't even want seaweed on the beach anymore. And so finding a shell or anything like that, like, it's just not happening. And down there, man, when things die in the ocean, they end up on a beach. You know what I mean? Trash that you throw in the water, it ends up on a beach. So it's pretty amazing, the stuff you see, from the sea life to bird species to whales. I mean, all the whale bones I have at my house that I've decorated my backyard with and stuff at the house all came from the beach there on Cedros. So all the shells and logs and rope, and I like that kind of nautical, like, it's straight from the beach. Is like a lot of the driftwood, man. Some of the raddest pieces of driftwood you've ever seen are on the beaches of Cedros. It's beautiful, man. Beautiful.
Yeah, just the thought of exploring the island just blows my mind. Like, I was talking to you before we went live. I want to go there. I've been fishing around the island for 40 years. I know that the outside of the island pretty good. I know a lot of the spots. I know a lot of the stuff, but to get on the island and go explore, that's what I'm looking the most forward to.
Oh, I can't wait. For sure. Like, yeah, I know we're talking, we're going to plan a trip down there, and I can't wait to just take you in my Jeep and show you guys all the cool stuff. Barbecuing on the backside of the island is so much fun. There's no one around. You got 10 miles of beach all to yourself. There's literally nobody. You know what I mean? On a lot of the tours, I try to talk the guys into letting me do a beach barbecue one day throughout their trip. It's super fun. It only takes them away from everything for about an hour. Nice hot cheeseburger lunch or something like that, or something special that the girls make for us. Man, it's super fun. And it's neat to watch the people, because they'll walk the beach while we're prepping the food, and they come back with piles of shells and bones and everything. And so, we got all their chairs, and then they sit all this stuff by their chairs, and then the boats come back, when it's time for everyone to go. And, most guys don't take that stuff. And as I'm packing up camp, I see all these piles of things. It's neat for me, because you can see people's minds are like, oh, like they thought that was cool as they're walking down the beach, and so it just brings a whole nother level. Only taking 6 guys at a time, I'm able to do all this kind of stuff. A lot of the other tours that go to Cedros, they're bringing anywhere from 12 to 40 people at a time. There's no way to make it personal for a few of the guys, because there's just too many of them. You know what I mean? So that's where I think our place like really shines. If you're looking for like that smaller, more home style feel and something more unique than just going fishing, definitely that's where I think my niche is.
Yeah, I believe that's totally where your niche is. And you started this out as just a kayak type of a fishing thing, and now you have a boat involved and you got all this other stuff, the tours of the island and everything. Talk about all that for a minute.
Yeah, so when I first was going to Cedros, I traveled with the other tours that are down there, and no one was really doing kayak fishing. And I started kayak fishing back in the late 80s on my Cobra Explorer. Like there was no one out there doing that in the kelp, and it was super fun. So I've always enjoyed it. And Cedros is an amazing spot to kayak. Especially, you got this giant 21-mile long island with just magnificent weather on one side of the island, whatever way the wind's blowing, the other side's flat. You know what I mean? So it's great kayak conditions, and you can just get lost over there. So that's what I did is I started, kayak fishing. I bought the Hobies. And so the Hobie, you pedal. You're using your legs the whole time. Your hands free. They're great. We don't do any like really beach launching. Everything is out of my pongas when we kayak fish. I load the kayaks in there, and then I can fish Bonitos. I can fish Natividad. We can fish anywhere on Cedros. Wherever there's great weather, I can take us to the most remote spots. And then our pongas stay with us there all day long, so that they're like a mothership. You can leave most of your tackle on the boat because everyone has a VHF radio. The kayaks are completely loaded. Color fish finder GPSs with spots marked like rocks that we've already found. We'll put a bait tank on there if you want to fish live bait. We have life vests for everybody, VHF radio, you have a gaff. Like we completely set this thing up. And so I tell everybody, you can call the boat over. He'll come straight to you and bring you more tackle so that you don't have to have a lot of stuff on your kayak with you. They're always right there. All your lunch, everything is right there. If you need to use the restroom, it's kind of hard to pee sitting down, I tell everyone. So I just call the Ponga over. They come over, we jump on the boat, you know what I mean? You do your business, get right back on your kayak. If you want to sit there for a few minutes, we'll tie your kayak up to there. And if you want to eat your lunch at the Ponga or whatever, that's kind of our roots, and I love that style of fishing. But yes, if you wanted to come down and not kayak fish at all, no problem. I'll leave those things in the garage. We have 2 beautiful pongas that we use. Everything is in my driveway too, which is a huge thing to point out to everyone. We're not taking you down to the marina and then walking you out on some dock and loading you on a boat. No, you're literally getting in the boat in my driveway, and then we tow it. It's a quarter mile down Main Street. It takes 1.5 minutes to get down to the boat ramp, and then we launch you. And then coming home's the same thing. We put it back on the trailer, and then I park it in the driveway, and we built these little stairs, and you just step right out of the boat onto our stairs, and there you are in the garage again. It's a great setup. It keeps everyone super safe. That way, if I get like older guys that want to bring their dads down, which I just love, because I miss my dad and I wish he could come fish there. Like now it's very easy for those guys to sign up for this trip. Their accommodations are super nice. They're comfortable in their own room, and we are keeping them super safe, getting them in and out of the boat using our stairs, and everyone's right there to step them in. It's a nice setup. Really, really nice.
Absolutely. That sounds just incredible.
It's so fun.
So you
really
you can pretty much do whatever you want, right? Kayak fish, ponga fish off the beach. There's no
absolutely nothing. That's the beauty of it. So we kind of sit around at dinner every night, like we're all there, and we plan our next day. And everyone kind of tells me, hey, whatever they want to do. Some guys, yeah, they might want to kayak. Maybe they only want to kayak for a couple hours because they've never done it before. So what I'll do, okay, let's go fish all day. When we come back near town, because there's great fishing right there, I'll have my kayaks ready, and then we'll put you in a kayak for a couple hours, and we'll fish right there near town or something like that. So you kind of see what it's all about. Or if someone wanted to spend a half a day in a kayak, I can do whatever because we own everything, and the whole place is ours. Like typically it's the group of 5 or 6 friends that are traveled together already, and now they just kind of, it's just us at my house. Like the whole house is theirs, you know what I mean, with a full crew. Like it's really a great setup, and we can do whatever everybody wants. Each day it could change because I control it all, and there's only 6 of us, so there's 2 boats, so we can just do whatever we want. It's literally, you are on vacation. You're not on, like, yeah, you're fishing on this, but it's not, I shouldn't even call it like a fishing trip. Like you're coming on vacation with Jeff, you know what I mean? Like that. And my crew, you know what I mean? Because they make it, you know what I mean? I'm one guy, but like those other 5 that are there with me all the time, man, it's really incredible what I have. I mean, they've been with me from the start. We're definitely got to spend some time talking about all of them because, man, I love all of them. I'd do anything for any of them. They know that. And I already do. Like anything they ask, like we're a very good working group. There's no boss. I tell everyone at this house, there is no boss. Like everyone knows what to do and we just all do it, you know, and we enjoy the customers. My crew enjoys the customers so much. And that's what makes it really fun. Like none of us used to do this. I'm a carpenter by trade. Christian's a boat mechanic by trade. McQueen worked at the water company. Lulu, she's a housewife, you know what I mean? Family person. Everyone is just like, we just all kind of came together and like, we all know how to be friendly. And that's exactly what my place is. Like, you become our friend in the end, you know, and you're definitely signing up for the next year, which is my ultimate reward for someone who comes down is when they're already committing to the next year because they want to come see us all again. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Hey, Bob Geis going to be at Tackle Days tomorrow down in San Diego, H&M Landing. He'll be running the casting contest. Stop by, say hi to Bob. He'll have his Your Saltwater Guide t-shirt on, and he's going to be hanging out there. Jeff, let's do something, and let's just see if anybody's interested in going. We're going to plan a trip in September, right?
Yep.
We're going to go down and hang out. Kelly Girl and Dave are going to go down there and 4 other people. And the first 4 people that give Jeff a call today, you're going to be invited to come with Kelly and I. And we're going to go down and hang out at the island with Jeff. He's going to be our personal tour guide. He's going to set aside the time to come down with us and hang out with us at his beautiful house. And so just tell everybody the dates and let's see what happens.
Cool. So we're planning a September trip, everyone. We picked the dates of September 14th through the 18th. It's a 5-day trip. We'll be fishing half a day on Monday when we arrive, and then all day Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So basically 3 3/4 days fishing there on Cedros. All your fish processes and everything is included. All your food, your airfare. We take care of your CBX bridge pass. So yeah, we'd love to get 4 nice people that would love to travel with Dave and Kelly and myself. And man, we're gonna have a good time. I'm gonna show you a very good time down there on Cedros.
And then what's the cost?
So for that week, we're looking at $3,300 per person. Again, that's all inclusive. If you need a Mexican fishing license, please tell me. I'll throw that in with it. That takes care of everything except I can't sell beer. So there's a great liquor store on the island. So we just take you there daily and you purchase your own beer. And we got a big refrigerator and coolers full of ice and everything like that. So you put your beers either in the garage or in the refrigerator or definitely on the boat as you're fishing throughout the day if that's what you'd like to do. And then tip money if you're a person that likes to tip. Gratuity is obviously extra above that, but that includes everything that you would need. And then we give you, great tips on what to bring down, jigs wise or colors, especially, swim baits are heavy, so I'd like to try to give everyone as much information as we can on what's actually biting and what to bring down, what to use. So, yeah, that's going to be a great time of year. September is a really good time of year. I'm going to call it like 100%. You're going to catch a yellowtail if that's what you're coming down to fish for. August, September, October, they're everywhere at this island. Mid-September like that, great chance, like potentially Dorado. If the water's warm, you could have a chance at a Dorado. You should come down and really want to come bass fishing with us though. Like that's a great activity on Cedros. It kind of starts all the other great fishing. I'm definitely going to want you to take home some black sea bass meat and fish for black sea bass because in Mexico, you can keep them. I can ship it back for you. And we will process that stuff very beautifully and vacuum seal it in some 1 to 2 pound bags. Or if you request something different, we do it. And we send that home, with you. We ship out everything back in my soft cooler bags because they fit on the plane better. That way we can get, so when people travel, you park there at the CBX, you leave your cooler in your car. And then when we get back to the CBX, we'll take the fish out of my soft cooler bags and put it in your coolers, and then away you go. So yeah, looking forward to that. It's like I said, great time of year. Everything is biting in September. Like there could be yellowfin tuna around. You never know. We get a couple early season storms that are brewing down below us. I kind of feel like they push a lot of that stuff north quicker. And, there's a lot of food around Cedros. So there's always tons of bait. And so all the species love to stop by there, give us a shot.
Yeah. The really cool thing is yellowtail tuna, all that stuff, really cool. But I want to go fish the beaches and catch that halibut and that sea bass and those black sea bass. I want to fish for the stuff that we don't really have an opportunity. I know it's been a kind of a good few years for halibut fishing, but down there, the halibut just seem a little meaner, a little bit better. Sometimes, guys, and I've only remember from the days when we used to be able to fish there on the yachts that I would run. You can sight fish the halibut, which is pretty spectacular thing to do.
Absolutely. I call when I speak at my seminars and stuff about Cedros, like when we talk halibut, I say this: it's a year-round fishery there, 100%. Every month of the year you can catch them there. It's just, and sometimes, I mean, it's 25 a day on plastics, like in 5 feet of water. I mean, they're just laying up there in the sand. They love the white swim baits. If you want to get these bigger models like this, like Cole has here in that photo, you're going to do your dropper loop fishing with the mackerel that we might make in the morning, and whoo-wee, man, you're going to get a giant. You're going to get a giant.
And if you ever wanted to catch 100-pound grouper, this black sea bass fishing Jeff's talking about at the island is like crazy. It's second to none.
Yeah, there's a picture that I sent you this morning of me on my kayak. That one right there. That's a 75-pounder on a flat fall. That's not live bait. I get more of these things on flat falls and the hookup baits than anything else. Like, they love the hookup bait. They love the flat fall. And they look at that thing, 75 pounds, everybody. Like, that's a huge, huge fish. And they're very, very abundant down there. I love targeting them. We have a couple rock piles, especially, that we fish with every group, and everyone gets them. And it's something that it's very rewarding for me. I love fishing for all the other stuff, Dave. Like some of the like the pinto bass, and there's giant sheephead down there, which are very, very sporty. They're also delicious to eat. But man, do they fight, and they all eat the flat fall. They all eat the hookup baits. I mean, and we're fishing no deeper than a couple hundred feet. I mean, all this stuff, that fish right there was caught in 75 feet. I mean, there's big ones just laying up there in 25 feet, like we might not get them, but they're there and they're biting. I mean, I see them all the time chasing in the calico bass. Like, a lot of times you're getting a big wide open calico bass bite. And next thing you know, one of these big bruisers will come breezing through there. Like, he's trying to eat the calico. I mean, they're just looking for an easy meal. You know what I mean? So this is something I really pride our place on. We push the black sea bass because they are abundant, and it's a species we can't catch and keep up here. You can catch them, but you can't keep them. So the meat's delicious. It's white, flaky, fluffy, puffs up, little piece, man. Oh, man.
It's grouper, gang, and there's no shortage of them. Don't believe the fantasy that the Fish and Wildlife's trying to feed you. There is no shortage of these fish.
Zero. Absolute zero. I catch so many of these at San Clemente Island, right out here in front in San Diego, man, all the time. You know what I mean? It's an all the time. They're very, very abundant. And I had divers come to the island before. They gave me photos, like, they went down, they came up 20 minutes later screaming. I thought something was wrong. No, they saw like 50 on one rock pile. Giants, 5-footers. I should have sent you some of those photos, just free swimmers. Like, there's zero, there's a lot of these things, I guess.
Right.
There's a lot of them. You know what I mean?
There's
Feel
no
free to come down and
shortage
catch one and enjoy that delicious meat with your family and friends, because it's fantastic.
So we're going to open it up for questions for a few minutes. Dave Hill has a really good question. How much fish can you take home, Jeff, on the plane?
Pretty much, if everyone wanted, 20 to 30 pounds a person, I'm sure I could get that on there. If someone's coming down and it's like they're telling me, okay, this is a meat trip, then I'll make different arrangements on the plane. Some of the stuff that I ship, like our food and things like that, maybe I'll send down early so that I can gain more weight on the plane. So I kind of work with each group on what they need. But you could expect to bring home at least probably 20 pounds, 30 pounds. You know what I mean? For sure. I try to ship a lot of the stuff fresh also, Dave. I don't freeze very much fish. Like for your 1 week trip, okay, anything we catch on that Monday, I'm probably going to share a lot of that with the families in town because it's very fun to do that. You know, the families take a few fish over to the Marines, things like that, you know. And then Tuesday, okay, those will be more fillets that we're probably going to start to, you know, maybe I got to freeze some of that. But the Wednesday and Thursday fish, we're going to process that stuff, vacuum seal it. And then I bought a Coca-Cola refrigerator that stays super cold. I keep all that fresh. So I'm sending you home with a majority of your fish is going to be fresh, not frozen ever. So that way it's all sushi grade, and then you can do with it what you want at your house. You know what I mean? You can freeze it then. You know, you're sharing fresh fish with your friends and family, like from Cedros. There's not many places that ship you home with fresh fish, and so we that's my another very big thing that I like to do at the house. So that's what someone could expect. You know, probably 20 to 30 pounds. If you need more, let's definitely talk about it. So I can make special arrangements on for my plane to get your fish home.
Absolutely. And when you get, we're talking fillets, gang. We're talking bones out. We're talking just meat. When you're talking 25 or 30 pounds of just meat, that's an amazing amount of stuff.
It really is. It'll fill your cooler. You'll be shocked. Your cooler will be full. You know what I mean? So, and it's a lot of meat. It is. But you know, you're coming down there, like, you know, I try to tell people, come down for the adventure as well. Of it all, you know, you're coming to a very remote, beautiful island, and you're going to get plenty of beautiful meat to go home with for sure. And like I said, if someone is like, that's your thing, you need, like, you're like hell bent, I got to have 50 pounds to feel good about my expenditure, then let's talk so I can make special arrangements so I could do that for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Jeff wants to talk to every one of you so that he can explain to you all the cool things that go on down at his property. I mean, an hour is not enough time to talk about all the cool things that are going on here. There's just so much cool stuff that go on here. Question for Jeff: what's the max weight of the fish fillets to bring home? We just went over that.
Yep.
Go over it again because he just got on here.
Yeah. So, you know, 20 to 30 pounds is probably what you're going to go home with. And again, if you coming down and like this is a meat trip for you or something like that, like we're going to be talking about that prior, and I'm going to make special arrangements on the plane so that I could get down, you know, get you home with what you want to bring home for sure.
Any other questions you guys have? Feel free to ask them right now. And one more time, give them all your phone number, how to get a hold of you, and everything while we kick back
Cool.
here.
Yeah, so we got a website, casadecedros.com. You could look me up there. And then my phone number, this is the best way to contact me, 760-412-2507. That's the best way. Like I said, I need to talk to you because I want to make this trip very custom. Not only the one that we're planning with you, but like all my trips. This is how I do it for all my customers. It's very important. It's a different experience than what you're used to going fishing with someone else, because we want to make sure like that you're having a really good time and you're everything that you're expecting. Like I tell people, the more questions you ask me, the better, because that makes you more comfortable. The more comfortable you are, kind of the easier my job is to make you super happy. Cedros does just about everything I need. Like, I built a great house that's super comfortable. It has all the amenities that we're used to up here at home. The only thing I can't control is the weather and the fishing. Well, I don't have to worry about that because Cedros takes care of the fishing. It is going off over there all year. Like, I fish there every month of the year, and it's always biting. There's always something to do at that island. You know what I mean? So we've kind of taken a lot of the variables out of it for everybody.
How long is the plane ride?
Typically an hour and a half. I want everyone to plan for to be, you know, so we'll take off at 8. We're pretty much on the island by 9:30, and you're like on the water by 11. My house is 10 minutes away. My crew's there waiting for us when we land. So it's about an hour and a half each direction. Typically you're getting off the island on your travel day home, which would be like on our trip, be a Friday. By 10 a.m. you're airborne again, blast off back to TJ, you're pretty much on the US side by 12:30. You're walking to your car. So plenty of time you're ahead of traffic, to get home to LA or wherever you're traveling to.
And then what about singles? Can one person come on a trip?
Absolutely. Like, that's the beauty of my spot, is like, you get your own bedroom. You know what I mean? So if you have your own bedroom, then you can travel with other people. Because when, at the end of the day, okay, yeah, you're fishing with everybody, you're having dinner, sitting around the table, we're in the garage, tackle tinkering and stuff. But when you're ready to go talk to your wife or girlfriend, or just be alone in your room, you go to your own bedroom. So you have your own space at the house, that's what makes it super, super nice for a single person. That's why I did this, because I was a single guy traveling. I invited my neighbor, and then he invited his son. So then those two had a room together. I had to bunk with someone else that I didn't know. You know what I mean? Makes it kind of tough. If you can't sleep, you're tired the next day, and I'm fishing you like 11 hours on the boat. You know what I mean? So I need you rested. You know what I mean? Like, genuinely, I need you to have a good night's sleep. So that's why I went for the more exclusive style of like single room occupancy. So you can, and it helps the single guy. Like, there you are, you don't know any of these guys, but I got a spot open. You like the dates, you want to slip in there, yeah, you're fishing with everyone. And that's why I need to talk to everybody, so I can pair everyone up on the boat so they're fishing similar, and it just enhances the day so much more.
Yeah. One of our guys, Mike Lewis, wants to know, is there another way to get there besides Tijuana? Nope. I'm pretty sure Jeff's going to say the same thing. It's direct flight from TJ is the only way.
Yeah. I mean, like, obviously if someone is like, they wanted to drive down or something, but to get a boat across, very, very hard to make the arrangements for that. And it's expensive, a couple $100. So, or like, there is the airlines that flies out of Ensenada, but again, very tough to get seats. It's about, I think they're charging almost 450 round trip now to fly from like Ensenada to the island. So it's just too much time in Mexico, like driving on the road and everything, long border waits if everyone doesn't have the Century. That's why the CBX is just so simple. It doesn't matter if you have passport card. The lines are never long. We wait 5 minutes usually, you know what I mean, at the most. You know what I mean? A lot of times you're just walking right up to the guard with all of our stuff. So
here's a question, good question too, because it's hard to fly on other airlines with line on your reels. I have a problem coming into Mexico. When I go through the customs down here, these kids that run the customs in Mexico are having a rough time with the line on the reels. How do you get around that?
So number one, we're on a private charter, so we don't have to worry about that at all.
We got to check through the customs to get onto the private charter, right?
Yeah, but it's different than if you're getting on a commercial airlines. They're not looking at any of our tackle ever. Like, they don't, like, when we go through, they scan it right there where when you're entering Mexico through the CBX, they scan your bags, but the reels are in our luggage. They're not, because we're not getting on the Mexican airlines. We're literally walking out of there and going towards the general aviation building. Never had a problem. Never had a problem. When you're trying to put your bag, when you're checking your bag to go onto Valeris, yeah, like, if you're trying to use it on your carry-on, you're never getting it on there with line. But if it's in your checked-in bag, I've never had an issue. And we've never, like, there's zero issue with that. On the plane, I need you to take all your reels off anyway and have them in your luggage, because the rods are basically between our seats. We put them on the floor right there of the plane. So I just have everyone use rod socks, not rod tube. That takes up too much room. Package them four per guy usually is, kind of more than adequate for a trip, 4 fishing rods. But whatever you need to bring, like, you bring in 10-foot rods are completely fine on the plane. I get that question a lot from people. So zero, back to the real question, zero issue with line. All of your reels will be within your tackle or your luggage, as you bag it, and never, not one question ever for us. So.
And then Nikki asked, do you help inexperienced people catch fish. Absolutely, right?
Those are honestly, this is the place to come when you're more of an amateur style fisherman, because you get so many bites at Cedros. 100% we help you. I have all the jigs. Like if you wanted to come down to our place with nothing and just like use our tackle, no problem. I charge a small fee, a couple $100, $250, I think is what they ask for. And we supply you with all of your jigs, everything that you need. And my captains are super, super helpful. If you need someone tying knots for you all day, no problem. We got it. Anything like that. Amateurs are almost the best because they listen, believe it or not. And you know this too. You know what I mean? Like someone who comes down who's a novice and you tell them what to do, they're listening. These guys who like think they're semi-pro and stuff that fish once a month, I love having you there. And like, but when you don't listen and don't bring down the stuff, then you can't complain that you're not catching. You know what I mean? If I told you to bring an SP minnow, you should bring an SP minnow. Like it's one of the greatest baits. You know, it works very good.
Dave Hill has another really cool question I didn't think about, but how much luggage do we need to bring? Is there a washer and dryer? Do the girls do your laundry?
Yeah, man, we're washing clothes every day. So like you don't need to pack, like bring a couple days of clothes if you're coming on a week-long trip. That's the best thing. I tell everyone to try to stay 30 to 35 pounds. That's kind of my deal. Don't weigh your rods. That doesn't count the fishing rods. This is just your luggage itself. You know what I mean? So you try to keep yourself 30 to 35 pounds. I'm sending a lot of emails. Like I'll always take your phone call or text if you want to have more tackle information. I really try to get you dialed in all the way up to the trip, so that like if you're like a jig guy and you're going to be bringing down a bunch of jigs, I can really help you with colors. Plastics also is another thing. Like they're heavy for fishing for bass and things like that. So to bring down your whole tackle box, no, it's not necessary. You know what I mean? Like there's really a few specific colors that they're just working so good. You don't need to like get too creative. You know what I mean? Like throw what the fish want to eat. Don't throw what you want. You throw what they want to eat. That's your goal, right? You're looking to try to get 100 fish a day. Well, throw what they want to eat. I will tell you what they want to eat. I promise you.
Right. Nobody knows more about it than the guy that's there every day, guys.
Yeah,
Pay
that's
attention.
You know,
if you're going down there, you just definitely want to know what Jeff knows. You don't really care about what Jimmy Joe Jack caught them on last year. You
right.
want to know what Jeff says you need today.
Even the tackle shops, our local tackle shops, and this is with all respect, you know, a guy will walk in and say, I'm going to Cedros. Oh, I know exactly what you need. Well, kind of, you know what I mean? Like, yes, but also no, like someone like myself who's there all the time or talking with my guys every single day. I know my captains are sending me, you know, text messages from the boat. You know what I mean? So I know exactly what's going on and exactly how to line you up so you bring down exactly what you need. And you're going to have a good time. I tell people, hey, at my seminars, even if you're traveling with someone else, I would rather have you go to the island and be as prepared as possible. If you're not getting the information you need over there, give me a call. I want you to come down and have a great time. Like the more you're talking up my island, the more I feel like I'm helping anyone that comes there that's trying to have a vacation and have a good time. So that's just kind of how I operate. Like, let's help everyone, man. We're down there to catch fish. That's what it's all about, you know?
Yeah.
But it's very specific. You know what I mean? Like you bring down a mint jig, you bring down a blue and white jig, you're going to have a great time if that's all you brought. If you brought 100-gram flat fall, you brought 5 of those and 1 SP minnow, you're going to have the time of your life. Like you're going to catch so much fish every day. You're going to be like, why? I don't even need to change anything. No, just keep dropping that 100-gram flat fall. Bring down some hookup baits. Those things package very well. You know, the 1 ounce, the 1.5 ounce, everything. I mean, everything eats those things, from the calicos all the way up to the big black sea bass, to the tuna, dorado, everything. Like, and you just have a great time and you feel like a pro fisherman because you're whacking them and you're like, that's what you're there for. You know what I mean? Like it's yeah, the guys that listen, the amateur people that like, okay, what do I need? And I give them a specific list and they buy that stuff. And I'm happy when I see them open their bag and they got that stuff. I'm like, this is a no-brainer, man. I know exactly what this guy's going to do. He's going to go out there. My captain's going to open his bag, see all the stuff that we love to see, tie on something great for the guy, and he's going to be immediately in the action. That's why you came.
Right. How big are the pongas?
28 foot by, most of them are like 6.5 to 8 foot wide. So pretty
Perfect.
big boat. I put enough fuel that we run all around the island. I'm very big on that. I want to fish where others aren't. We kind of stay out later than everyone else. You're probably getting, almost, a good 6 hours of fish time more with us. I stay out till 5 p.m. every night. We're on the water by 6. So you're getting a lot of time, a lot of new spots. I want to show you the whole island if I can. If I hear Natividad's biting really good and you're into it, we're going. Chester's Rock, wow, amazing spot to fish. It's just like going to the North Point for me. It's 20 miles. You know what I mean? So let's go. Benito, same thing. Little further run. I might ask you for $50 or something like that to give me another can of fuel, but you want to go to Benito's? Like, let's go. It's not $200 per person extra. No, I need one more 50-liter jug of fuel. It's going to cost us probably $50 or $60. Let's put that on the boat. A lot of times I don't even need it. It's more of a safety thing in case we see tunas or something on the way across and we want to troll for a little bit or something weird. You kind of burn fuel that way. So it's more of a safety thing. But we fish everywhere because I put enough fuel in the boat so we can.
And then as far as social working, when you get to the island and you got work to do that night, do we have internet?
Yep, I got super fast internet. It's not Starlink, it's some other brand that's down there, but it's super, super fast. We're watching movies. Everyone could be on the Wi-Fi at the same time. So you have very good internet, so you can stay in communication with everybody back home. Absolutely.
Yep, that's something super important nowadays. Most people don't like to be out of pocket very long.
Yeah, no, you got to stay connected. I mean, that's our whole world now. It seems like is our phone. You know what I mean? So once I knew there was faster internet, that it was attainable down there, yeah, I bought into it so that we're all very comfortable. I'm doing a lot of my own personal business from down there too. Guys are calling me while I'm fishing. I get home that night. I'm taking care of all that kind of stuff, doing the posts on Instagram or whatever we need to do. So I need the communication just like everyone else. You know what I mean? So it's very important for all of us. Absolutely.
Yeah, it is. Well, Jeff, one more time, give everybody your phone number. Let them know how to get a hold of you. Are there doctors on the island if there was an emergency?
Yeah, there is doctors, but like I tell everyone when you sign up, you know what I mean? Definitely that trip insurance is super important. There's really good doctors over at the salt factory. That's a giant factory. So, with a lot of crazy things and they've, had, missing limbs and things like that come up. So there is doctors if, cardiac arrest, things like that. Like, of course, but the first thing they're going to try to do is get you stable. And then we need to get you off the island and get you back to the peninsula as quick as possible. So you fall and cut yourself, something like that, you know what I mean? Or hook in the hand or something we have a means to be able to take care of all that. Lots of pharmacies down there with all the good meds if you didn't bring what you needed. We can get it done for sure.
And then we'll finish off with the storms. How often do the big storms hit the island?
It's pretty rare, honestly, because the water just right about Asuncion area, just above Bag Bay and stuff, starts to cool down pretty quick. So most of the storms either hit that cold water and it makes them divert one way or the other. Very rare, but if something does happen, since I'm in control of everything, including the plane and everything, and when we fly, I can cancel a trip and it doesn't hurt anyone. Like, I'm not in the business to keep your money or your deposit for that matter. I refund everyone. If a storm comes and gets in our way and ruins our trip so that I can't show you a good vacation, you're going to get 100% of your money back traveling with someone like myself. I'm not interested in your money for like that. You know what I mean? So it is a very rare occasion, but if it does happen, it's going to happen late in the season, October-ish, maybe very late September, unless there's some rare, weather that, obviously we don't all control. But like this year, there's not one storm made it to the island. Even I canceled the trip in October thinking the storm was coming. It was Ben Florentino's trip, his group. We canceled because I saw that the storm was coming. And then at the last second, it died out. But, there's wind. If the harbor master is going to close the harbor, like, I don't want you coming down so you can sit at my house. Like, that's not why you're there. You know what I mean? So in the instance of a storm, rest assured, you're not going to lose a penny come traveling with me. We're going to make other arrangements. If you can regroup and you want to come at another time, great. If it doesn't work out, because I know how, our lives are all work, work, work. Like, I'm just going to cash you out because I'm not in it to have your money unless you come down and have a nice vacation with me. Then that's when I, of course, going to get my reward.
Beautiful. Thank you very much for that. And go ahead. One last time, phone number, how to get a hold of you, and we're going to wrap it up.
Absolutely. Please call me direct, 760-412-2507. That's my direct cell phone. I always answer it. I love talking Cedros. You can go on the website if you need to and send us an email through that at casadecedros.com, or we're on Instagram. It's Casa de Cedros as well. And you can find me in, instant message or direct message, whatever they call it on there. But the best way, just use my cell phone number and give me a call. And that's the best way. Let's get you down there and get you on some good fish.
All right, everybody. Thank you very much, Jeff, for joining us today. We're going to be with you tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. talking about what's happening on the water. And then tomorrow at about 6:30, 7 o'clock, Justin Bottrell is going to be live fishing lobsters out of LA Long Beach Harbor. So you're going to watch that show. And I'm just super excited to go to Cedros with Jeff. I don't know if I can wait that long. I may have to go before that. Jeez.
I know. We really should talk. June is another great time of year. Man, that early season stuff, that's, big fish time. Big fish time, bass are spawning, man. Crazy time.
I'd love to go to Cedros in June and go rock cod fishing. I'm a weirdo. I like rock fish.
Oh, man. I love the bottom dwellers. I'm right there with you.
Yep, it's pretty good. All right, gang. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Turn off the news. They're all lying. This is the